guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So I thought I would do a kind of end of year favourites, just a kind of informal chat about a bunch of stuff that I loved this year. I don't know if people really care for favourites videos, but I just felt like doing a chatty video. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, probably that awkward time between like Christmas and New Year, just to say hi. And yeah, I have kind of made a rough list of things and I'm just going to get right into it. I don't want this to be like a super long video where I waffle on. If you watch it, it'll be like half an hour. But yeah, anyway, let's get started. Most of them are artists that I was listening to before 2019 anyway, but a couple of them are people who I really got into in 2019, and a couple of them are like ones that I just continued to love in 2019. But so I continued my love from last year. Lainey were my favourite band last year, and I've continued that on into 2019. Absolutely obsessed. The 1975 I loved this year as well. Sam Fender I got into in a big way. I absolutely adore his music. I think it's really good. Lizzo has changed my life. She's changed my world. I absolutely love Lizzo with my whole heart and soul. I feel like she really had her moment this year. Her album came out I think in 2016, but then this year it just blew up and I fucking love that album so much. I literally listen to it from beginning to end all the time. My shoulders are really annoying me. I think it's where I've had this top hanging up. It's kind of going a bit poofy. It's really bugging me. I'm sorry. Back to Lizzo. I'm just obsessed with her. I can't even begin to explain how much I love her, and her album is one of those rare albums where there isn't a bad song on it. I literally love every single one, and I know that's like opinion, but I think they are all brilliant songs, not a filler track on there at all. Billie Eilish, I feel like I was a bit late to jumping on the Billie Eilish train, but I think she's absolutely phenomenal, and for her age as well, it's just astounding. And I love that series that she does with a magazine. I can't remember if it's Elle or Marie Claire, I can't remember which magazine it is, but where they ask her the same questions from the same interview a year apart. I love that, and I just think she's a real bright spark in the music industry. And I've listened to a lot of Hosier this year as well, which was again continued on from last year. Both of his albums, I think there isn't a bad song on either of those as well, and I really enjoy them, love them a lot. And also an honourable mention to Harry Styles, who has come back in the late part of this year, come back with a bang. He's just, Harry Styles is everything really, isn't he? It's just like a breath of fresh air. There is no one like Harry Styles in the music industry right now. All of these series, well, most of these series were already a thing before, and I either was late to the party or whatever. First TV series, Killing Eve. I haven't seen the second series yet. I'm saving it for when I need it. But I watched the first series of Killing Eve this year, and I just thought it was the best bit of telly I've watched in a really long time. It was absolutely sensational. And then The Crown. I started watching The Crown this year as well, but again, I haven't seen the new series yet. I'm saving it for when I need that bit of amazing comfort TV. I just thought the first two series of The Crown were impeccable bit of television. Absolutely loved it. I'm a little bit unsure how I'm going to feel about the new cast, but I've seen that it's got rave reviews, so I'm really looking forward to watching it. Next I've got Game of Thrones, which obviously came to an ending this year. I never like it when your TV shows end. It always feels so, I don't know, a bittersweet, but then also sometimes it can be really anticlimactic. It's easy to talk about the Game of Thrones final now because it's like a few months later. So I'm looking at it through like rose tinted glasses, I feel like. I don't think I liked the ending too much. There were aspects of it I liked and then aspects of it I didn't like. The first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones were insanely good, and then I feel like some storylines dwindled a bit and like aspects of it maybe lost something. I'm not a very articulate person who can put their thoughts into words, by the way, so I do a lot of I trick you into thinking I am by doing a lot of hand gestures, but I love Game of Thrones, but I just feel like it deserved a better ending. Another TV show was When They See Us, which was a Netflix miniseries based on the true story. They were called the Central Park 5 when it happened, but there's a new name they go by now and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. The Exonerated 5, that's what they like prefer to be called now, but it was a case in the 1989, and yeah, it was the hardest bit of TV I think I've watched in a long time. Really tough watch, especially when you consider the fact that it was based on a true story. I'm just trying to find out which episode it was, which I thought was absolutely astounding because my memory isn't the best. Yeah, part 4, the final episode, was one of the finest pieces of television I think I've ever watched. It was incredible. So if you haven't seen When They See Us and you're kind of into true crime, or just want to watch a piece of history that just blows my mind that this even went down, then I would definitely recommend that, but it's not something you want to watch if you feel like watching something happy. I've put Killing Eve on here twice. That must just be how much I love it. The next bit of TV I really loved this year was Strictly Come Dancing. I started watching Strictly only last year just because Joe Sugg was in it, and I don't know how I never watched it before. I loved it. It's my absolute happy place TV. I don't want to be anywhere on a Saturday or Sunday night from like September to December because I don't want to miss Strictly. I love it. It's just, I can't even describe how much I love it. It makes me so happy. And then the last bit of TV was a show called Years and Years, which I didn't watch it when it was on at the time. I watched it a couple of months after it came out, and I don't feel like it got enough recognition. Like, I don't feel like I saw enough people talking about it. Basically, I'll just read you the synopsis. It follows a busy family from Manchester with their lives converging, I've never heard that word, on one crucial night in 2019. But it spans over, I feel like it was like 10 years or something, and it's a bit political. It's about people. It feels like it's a political show and it's about things like that, but it's really at the heart and centre. It's about family and people, and it's a bit Black Mirror-y. It's a bit scary because a lot of it is possible. I really highly recommend it. It's probably still on BBC iPlayer as well if you are in the UK, but yeah, it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And that brings us to the end of TV. Only a couple of these films actually came out this year again. I just get a little bit late to the party. So I use IMDb a lot. It's one of my favourite websites, one of my favourite apps, and I actually have a list on IMDb of every film I've ever seen. I'm currently at 948 films, and this is a really helpful list for me when I'm making my 2019 favourites, because I can just look at all the films I watched this year and tell you my favourites. I have to say, looking through the list, there aren't a lot on there that I'm like, that was an amazing film, I would love to see that again. That's probably because I watch a lot of shit films. But But my favourite films I watched this year, controversially, I really enjoyed Bird Box. I thought it was really good. That was the first film I watched this year, I think, actually. Pretty sure it was what I opened my year with. Yeah, because... Oh no, Bird Box came out in 2018. Ooh, I think I might have actually watched Bird Box in that awkward period between Christmas and New Year. Oh, I'm not sure if I watched it this year or... Anyway, I might have watched it like on January 1st or something. I can't remember, but I'm including it in my list because I enjoyed it. I also was late to the party and I watched A Star Is Born for the first time this year. My heart, my soul, it wasn't the same after it. I understand why people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. It was so good. I need more Lady Gaga in my life. Acting, I feel like she's just everything. So yeah, I loved A Star Is Born. I also watched Bohemian Rhapsody. Again, I was about a year late, but I loved that a lot. I thought it was really good. I was a little bit cautious going into it because you see mixed reviews on stuff, but I actually thought Rami Malek was really good. I am quite a Queen fan. I do quite like a lot of Queen, and I think Freddie Mercury was an absolute legend, and it was a really good film and I really enjoyed it. Hottest day of the year this year, I went to the cinema, beautiful aircon place, to watch Yesterday, which I really enjoyed as well. I feel like it got mixed reviews. My dad says he could take it or leave it. I really enjoyed it though. That was the film where a struggling musician gets like a head injury or something, and when he wakes up no one remembers that the Beatles existed, so he then takes their music and pretends it was his own. But I really enjoyed it, and I am no film critic, so I can't tell you any more than that apart from I liked it. I also watched A Simple Favour this year, which was a film I also really thoroughly enjoyed. It's one of those films that kind of takes you on a bit of a wild ride, and you can't beat a bit of Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, really, can you? And then finally, what I would say was the film I enjoyed probably the most was Joker. Enjoy is a strange word, but it was the one that had me the most gripped, and I think seeing it in the cinema as well, that really brings a whole other aspect to it as well. I remember my dad saying that it stuck with him for quite a few days after. I'm a bit of a... I don't know what the word would be. I don't know, I think I'm very... I can desensitise myself from a lot of things, so I can watch a film and be completely immersed in it at the time. Only in the cinema though. If I watch a film at home, I cannot get immersed at all and fidget around. But I can watch a film, get completely invested and immersed, and then I can, the minute it ends, I can't click, but I'm done with it. Like, it doesn't affect me after that. I think maybe I have some kind of emotional problem, I don't know, but I can watch a horror film and go to sleep easy, and I can watch a really sad film and feel alright afterwards. Although I will say, the TV show When They See Us, I kept thinking about that for days and days after. I think that's because it actually happened, whereas Joker is a fictional story. But yeah, it was good. One of these podcasts is just a favourite from the last few years, and then the rest are all ones I discovered this year. So My Favourite Murder, it will probably always be my favourite podcast. It's a true crime, I talk too fast and then I muddle up my words. It's a true crime comedy podcast. A lot of people don't like the true crime and comedy aspects. I do. It is a format I quite enjoy. And that's my favourite podcast ever. My other favourite podcast of this year has been Shagged, Married, Annoyed, which is hosted by Chris and Rosie Ramsey, and it's really fucking funny. If you need a light-hearted podcast to listen to, that should be the one, because it's just it's so wrong but so right and so funny, and it's the one that I listen to when I'm like out and about and I just stop pissing myself laughing in public. And too many times I've been walking around and I just laugh in someone's face at something they've said. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the next 6 podcasts, I know I've listened to a lot this year, the next 6 podcasts all fall under the Wondery Network. So they are all podcasts that are made for a company called Wondery. And some of them are older than this year, some of them came out this year, but I listened to them all this year for the first time and I liked them a lot. They're kind of short anthology podcasts, so they don't go on for ages and ages. You might get like 6 to 8 episodes and it's a story, whereas My Favourite Murder and like Shag, Married, Annoyed, they continue every week and they don't follow a theme necessarily. So first one is Dr. Death. I'm not going to go into these really, I'm just going to list them to you, and if you want to listen to them you can. They are all true. Are they all true crime? Yeah, they're all true crime. So if you like true crime podcasts and been living under a rock, listen to these. Dr. Death, The Wonderland Murders, The Shrink Next Door, that's my personal favourite, The Man in the Window, Dirty John, and Over My Dead Body. You might have heard of Dirty John because it's also a Netflix show. I think I preferred the podcast to the show. I listened to the podcast first and then watched the show. The show was okay, but I think it was more suspenseful listening to it in podcast form. I don't know why. So yeah, those are all some podcasts that I recommend. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm watching a lot less YouTube as I get older. Maybe it's just finding the time to watch all the TV you want to watch, listen to all the podcasts. I think YouTube always just falls for me. But there are a couple whose content I've really liked this year. 2 of them are Simmer. You know I like my Sims videos. 2 of them are Sims ones, 2 of them are not. The first one is Plumbella. She makes Sims videos. She's from the northeast. She's really funny. I really recommend her. Even if you don't watch Sims videos, she's worth the watch. And the other one is Devon Bumpkin, and he's just a really, really good builder in The Sims, and he's one of my favourites. The 2 non-simmers I've got Best Dressed. She makes majoritively clothing content and she's really just down to earth, relatable. My camera battery's flashing, that's a problem. She just seems like just a really lovely down to earth girl. And then the last YouTuber is Jessica Kobasi, who is a photographer, and I really, really love her channel. She makes a lot of series that I really enjoy. I'm going to be really lazy and not get any of the products because I don't really need to show it to you. And some of them I don't actually have. So we might just pop a picture here. Sorry about my laziness. So a couple of beauty items. I haven't used that many new items like for the first time this year because I think when I started this year off and I was like doing my decluttering series back in January, I feel like that actually set me in a really good headspace and on a really good path for not over purchasing. I feel like I only buy beauty products now when I need them, and a lot of the time I'm just repurchasing things that I've discovered that I really enjoy. I have enough makeup to last me a good few years, to be honest, unless you're someone that goes by expiration dates. That ain't my life. But you know, I don't need to buy new makeup all the time. It's just not what I need. It's nice, and it's nice as well because like if someone gifts it to you for like your birthday or Christmas or whatever, it's nice because it's more of a treat. Whereas before, if someone bought me makeup, I'd be like, oh well, I could have bought that last week. Actually no, I wouldn't have been that ungrateful. But yeah, so I wanted to include some kind of beauty products because I know that's what a lot of people care about. A lot of people just don't want film and podcast recommendations. But to be honest, there's not a whole lot I can recommend. But there is a day cream and a night cream that I really enjoyed this year, and I've repurchased it once now, so I've bought it twice. And they are the Rejuvelate, I believe, Rejuvelate creams from Aldi. Rejuvelate. I do have them over there, but I can't be bothered to go get it. Rejuvenate Night Cream and Rejuvenate Day Cream. They are £3.49 each. And okay, they're recommended for the age group 40 to 60. Just read that. I don't know if I should try something else now. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I really like them. They are dermatologically tested, cruelty-free, reduce visible signs of aging, hydrate and firm skin, recommended age group 40 to 60. But they're £3.49 each, so I ain't going to complain. Next is my fixing spray. I really love this fixing spray. It is, I can't remember what it's called, but I can see it right now, so I'll just go get it. Right, this is the Collection Makeup Fixing Spray. It looks like this. Looks like this. Oh, I just realised there's another. It's primed and ready, it says. Couldn't make that out at first. I honestly think this is wonderful. I'm nearly all out though. A little bit more never hurts. And I just ingested it. I'm a bit of a fool because I purchased, for when this one runs out, I've bought a new fixing spray. And I've bought a different one and I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to like it as much. Because at the time, I was a bit strapped for cash where I went for one that was like £1 cheaper. So the one that I'm going to replace it with is the MUA Pro Base Fixing Spray. But at the end of the day, if it's not all that, I can just go back to my old friend. I think that is really, really good. I will literally, I spray a bit before I put on my makeup. Sometimes I spray a bit during, but I always spray it after. And I have done my makeup at like 7:30 in the morning and then come back home at pushing midnight and my makeup has not moved at all, apart from pesky eyeshadow. I don't know what to do to stop the eyeshadow creasing, but face makeup still looks flawless many, many hours later. So I love that. That's probably my holy grail product actually. Mascara. I have to say, when I first bought this mascara, I loved it. I have since repurchased it twice and something feels a little bit off. I'm not wearing it today, so I can't really advertise it, but this is generally what I wear. The No. 7 Long Lasting No. 7 Stay Perfect Long Lasting Volume. It's quite expensive for me. I got it on a Black Friday sale though, this one, but the original one I think I got on sale as well. It's about 13 quid. But the reason I like it so much is because it's a tubing mascara. I have discussed tubing mascaras with you before, but if you missed it, let me just get an explanation for you. Normal mascaras, so like most mascaras on the market, they coat your lashes in pigment to darken and lengthen. But tubing formulas wrap polymers around your lashes, coating them in tubes of the black stuff. Think of it as a life-proof jacket for your lashes. If you're forever finding flakes under your eye or printed on your brow bone, listen up. Like a less heavy-duty version of the best waterproof mascara, tubing mascaras won't come off until they're erased with hot water and a damp flannel. So, years and years and years, I have found my pillowcases are disgusting because no matter how much I scrub up my eye makeup, there is always mascara remnants on the pillow. Tubing mascaras, you don't have that problem because they don't have that inkiness to them. Like it said in the thing I just read, they coat your lashes with polymers, and you just hold a warm wet flannel on your eyes and they come off. It's so much easier. I love the idea of it. I just think I've fallen a little bit out of love with the No. 7 one. I'm wearing Benefit lashes today, Benefit mascara today, and I'm not looking forward to taking off my makeup because it's going to be a faff because I haven't used the tubing mascara. There are other tubing mascaras on the market, but most of them you're looking at, so I'm looking at this one, Clinique Lash Power Mascara. That's a tubing one, but that's £20.50. Kevin Aquan, the curling mascara, that's 23 quid. Blink mascara, never heard of her, don't know her, that's £22.20. MAC have one, MAC Extended Play Giga Black mascara, that's £16.50, so that's slightly more affordable, but still hella expensive. I am waiting for a really awesome drugstore one for like £5, but it's probably not gonna happen. Very sad, but yeah, you might get on with this. I did to begin with, but there's something about it now. I feel like I don't get enough vavavoom in there anymore, but I did love it, so that's why I'm including it. Maybe they changed their formula, I don't know. Next I have got, I might not have written the right name down, Lee Stafford hair growth treatment mask thing. It comes in a little pink tub, but make sure you, if you want to buy it, make sure you get that one and not the Choco Locks one, which also comes in a pink tub thing. But the Lee Stafford hair growth treatment I bought at the beginning of the year. I've probably bought 3 tubs of it this year. I don't like to use it consistently all the year round because I don't want my hair to get used to it and stop working, because I do actually think it works. It says use our iconic hair growth collection for longer, stronger hair with more body and fullness. Now, I know you guys know my hair has been through quite a lot this year. I bleached the fuck out of it, and it was probably in the worst condition it's ever been in all of the years of me bleaching my hair, and it was really, really rough, really bad condition. And I do think this was quite a good product, but I did start using it in January when my hair was brown and not as damaged. But I mean, I need another trim at the minute. Don't know if I can squeeze it in before Christmas though, but it's looking a lot better. It's still got a long way to go, but it's looking a lot better. But I haven't used the treatment in maybe 2 months or so. Taking a bit of time off from it, hoping it goes down in price in the New Year's sale. But yeah, that's another product I loved, and that was the last product that I loved and the last thing that I loved this year. I only literally decided this morning that I was going to film this video, so it's probably been a bit rushed, and I've probably missed some things off of my list that I've loved this year, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes. You do something a bit last minute, and yeah. So guys, that was everything that I loved this year, and I really want to know what you all loved this year as well. So please leave me a comment telling me a couple of your favourites from this year, and let me know if you love anything I've mentioned already, or if you hate any of it. Controversial. But yeah, I have no idea if this is my last video of 2019 because I'm an unorganised individual. But if it is my last video of 2019, Happy New Year. If it's not my last video of 2019, still have a Happy New Year. Fuck it. I will stop rambling on now and let you get on with your life. Cheers for watching. See you later.